Hello, my name is Angie from Get Woke. I want to talk to you guys today about the Great Awakening, spiritual journeys. What is a Great Awakening? What is a spiritual journey? This, my friends, is something that I like to refer to as opening our eyes, widening our scope, understanding the reality of what we're choosing and the reality we're in. Understanding the universal law, manifestation, understanding frequency, vibration, energy, quantum physics, astrology, because it all intertwines and it's all a part of us and our history. And when we start widening our scope, we start realizing this. We start understanding that we are so much more than we have ever been told. We've been told that anything far-fetched, like being from the stars, is our imagination. Our imagination is all around us. That's what our imaginations can do. This is also a part of the Great Awakening, your spiritual journey. It is an understanding, a consciousness, a knowing, a connection to your higher self. Understanding that we are all part of source energy. Understanding that memories are nothing more than an experience that we believe we have had. It was for a reason, so we could learn a lesson and grow. The Great Awakening and the spiritual journeys is a heavy hit. Starting to understand that you are the creator of your own reality, which means you are also responsible for the shit that's happened. Now, this is where it gets a little... See, I know that so many have suffered from childhood trauma. Now, I do not believe that is something at that moment you created or brought into your life. I believe it is a part of a contract, an agreement, your soul's agreement that you made before coming into this life. Why would you do that? Simple. Because you had no emotions attached to it. You've not had that experience yet, so you had no idea how cruel it could be. But you needed to learn the lessons from it, so you've signed up for it. You see, Earth is the ultimate school. We're very fortunate to be here. There's many souls that would love to be here on Earth, to learn lessons, to experience such a wide array of emotions, of feelings, of moments, thoughts, ideas, creations, feelings from joy to happiness, laughter that's uncontrollable, to tears you cannot stop crying, to sadness, to pain. You see, we sign up for this, not understanding what it is. Therefore, we do not know the difference between good or bad as a feeling. We just know that we've got to experience it so that our soul can become more whole and complete. So it is a very unfortunate course that many of us had to take, myself included. And You know, I honestly didn't remember my childhood trauma until, recently. And I always knew something. I mean, you know, but you don't know the details. You know what I mean? And so when you start facing it, the things that you've covered up and buried, they start coming out. And though it's kind of a relief, because there's an understanding of, now you understand why certain aspects are the way they are in your life. So you see, we sign up for these classes, these experiences here on earth, so we may grow, we may experience, we may learn, and then we may take that back to source energy, so source energy can then create with that knowledge in mind, with that experience now in mind. So now the next creation is going to be tweaked just slightly according to the ups and downs of the experience, of the report you bring back. And then what happens after you bring back that report? Well, you continue on. Another adventure, another course, another lesson. Who knows? But it's something to look forward to. Every moment that is to come is something to look forward to, because there's a purpose behind it now. That is what the Great Awakening is about. That is what the spiritual journey is. The spiritual journey is not a religious experience. Far from. See, I believe with religion, the core of religion seems to come down to being the same thing. All praying to source energy. Call it what you will. I respect it, okay? But my opinion on it, my intuitive sight on it, is that it is all the same energy, but it is from a different perspective in time. The scripts and Bibles and whatnot have been rewritten by being reinterpreted, misinterpreted. You see, I believe that so many of the scripts and writings and stories with many religions, as they are talking about people, are truly the energies of the stars and planets. Compare the stories and then really check out the constellations. And think about being back in that time with no technology like we think we have here. To me, you've got to be some sort of celestial being to understand and be able to have the scope of the planets, because how else did they see them back then? How did they know the full rotation and cycle that was yet to come? You know? So there's many opinions on different calendars. There's many opinions on different stories and the origins of them, and to each their own. But the point is that a spiritual journey is not about religion, okay? It's a part of it, but not in the same sense at all. The spiritual journey is about taking those limits off of yourself, freeing yourself to be limitless. With religion, no offense, but there's an area you must stay within, because if you go outside of that and you venture out of that, then you are condemned, damned. Yeah. I don't believe that any celestial being, a being from any other dimension, whatever you might want to say, would damn anyone. Because, like I said, these are experiences, and we're taking those reports back to that God and handing it over so they can create and try to leave out some of those more negative points. Understanding, okay, well, that was just more negative than lesson, and we probably can learn the lesson a different way if we can create it and tweak this, that, and that. That's what source energy is all about. But, I mean, if you choose whatever you choose in life, if you're doing it with your heart and soul, no matter what it is, if it's loving somebody, or an activity you do, or the way you look, if it's you following your heart and soul and your true desires, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. As long as it's in the highest good of all, harm none. Okay? You stay within that, you're good. Harm none. So, this Great Awakening is about looking in the very depths of yourself, understanding why you react certain ways when certain things happen, why you feel certain ways, emotions that you may still have that no longer serve you. You know, such as let's take trauma from childhood. And we carry that heavy emotion in us throughout our life, right? Not facing it. We don't exactly know all the details, or we do. Either way, I think most of us try to block it and end up blocking it and then not remembering most of it. Either way, you carry that with you in your body. You carry it in your body, and your body feels that heaviness, and it weighs you down. So the more of it you keep within you as you go through life, the heavier and heavier it gets. So when you start facing it, it comes up, and it's a release. It's a purge. And so, dark nights of the soul, shadow work, is facing those dark, deep, dark places in yourself. Guilt that you may have, whatever it may be. You facing that darkness, that childhood trauma, say, you face it, you work through it, you know, yes, you get very emotional, and oh my gosh, I can't believe this, and you purge through it, you work through it. Well, why and how, and well, why are you still carrying all that emotion with you? Let go of that emotion. Drop the emotion. Take the understanding. Okay? Somewhere along the lines, it built you up and made you stronger. You may not think it built you up, but it definitely made you stronger, and that is building you up. Okay? It gave you a shield that you have not used through life because you didn't realize you got it. You didn't realize that was your badge from having to go through it all. Okay, you've got this shield now, this extra shield, but you've never used it because you've never actually faced it. So you don't know it's there. You don't know that extra strength is there. So then you start facing it, you know, purging it, tears, whatever it may be. And then you start feeling much lighter. And you start understanding, wait a minute, I am strong. I am strong. Been through all this shit, and look, I'm still sitting here trying to work on myself. Trying to be a good person every single day. Every day, do good. No bad. Do not harm others. Try to build others up. Don't do something just because it benefits you. Do something because you want to see someone smile or make someone's day or just help them. Flat out. It feels good. It feels a lot better than ruining someone's day. Try it. Try telling someone to have a good day and smiling versus, screw you, you took my spot, peace. I mean, just try the two differences. See how it makes you feel, okay? Because one energy makes both of y'all feel like shit. The other energy lightens everything up. And why wouldn't we want to feel better? It's time to stop living in our sorrow and pain, okay? That's what this great awakening and spiritual journey is all about. It's facing all those dark corners within you, those hidden shadows, working through them, purging those feelings, understanding the lessons that you've learned from them, the values that came from them, and letting go of the emotional baggage. So then you feel lighter, and now you have created room for brand new beginnings, new emotions, new feelings, upgraded feelings, because now you know what you will not accept. Okay? This spiritual journey is about finding the joy and the bliss in your now moments. Because that's all we have. We have our now moments. Okay? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with your now moments? Are you going to waste it and let your brain grow cobwebs and sit there and watch shit on the TV or phone or whatever it is? Or are you going to educate yourself? Learn something. Go out and get some exercise. Learn a new craft. Pursue your dreams and actions. You know, put that into action. See, we've got Gemini season coming here at the end of November, and it's promising big changes. This is going to be in the middle of, it's going to be kicking off, actually, the winter eclipse season, lunar eclipse season, so there will be big changes coming for everyone. You know, and it's your choice in which direction that's going to go, which direction you're going to go in life, which way you're going to choose. And make sure that the people that you associate yourself with are on that same frequency. And don't tolerate anything else. You don't have to accept toxic people in your life. You don't have to tolerate that shit. It's okay to say peace out, like bye-bye. You know? So I know a lot of us have gotten, you know, we've separated from quite a few habits and peoples and ways, you know. It's been a long year. So let's make the most of what we've got left of 2020, you know. And we got a lot to look forward to. You know, we do. But, you know, it's not just our own selves that are purging. The earth has got to purge a little too. The earth is energy. It is alive, right? So it's harnessing and carrying. It's been carrying all that emotional baggage and crap that has been going on for so long. it often comes in the form of illness. That energy has to go somewhere. After war, there's a very dense feeling in the air, and it's absorbed by the earth. It's energy. It's absorbed, and when it's released, because it's got to go somewhere, it does not just go away. And you can't kill energy. You cannot destroy energy. Okay? You can transmute it, but you cannot destroy it. So where does all of this heavy, dense, emotional trauma go after war? It sinks into the earth, and once it comes back out, it comes out in the form of illness. Research it. Research. After, tragic world events, wars or whatnot, research it. There's generally some kind of virus or illness that comes out afterwards. So it's just, it comes down to the reality. What is reality? It's quantum physics. It's numbers. Equations, geometry. It's all about the geometry of stuff too, the shapes. I mean, different shapes have a lot of different meanings, powers. This awakening, the spiritual journey, it's about learning all these wonderful, neat things that have been just completely hidden and buried from us. And if we ever looked it up or researched it, there was no credibility to it, simply because it had been ridiculed into the ground. So at that point, it's like, I don't know, nothing to back it up, because it wasn't the time. The energy was not there to support it at the time. Okay, we are moving into new territory, brand new territory, new horizons, new territory. Brand new energies we've never experienced before. Not in any of our lifetimes. So, I really highly suggest trying to understand that what the Great Awakening is, what a spiritual journey is, and if you're involved and you're there, if you just give a shit. If you just give a shit. Love, be compassionate, unconditional love and compassion. Okay, so when something negative, toxicity, tries to come into your life, compassionately, with love, ask it to leave. Okay, because if you match that energy, well, then why should it leave? It's the same energy. You're at its same level now. You've lowered your energy. So if you're trying to get rid of toxicity in your life, do it from that higher vibration of love and compassion. That way, there's reason for it to leave. I love it, y'all. I absolutely, if you guys are interested, I'll do a more in-depth dive on this subject. I really am going to. There's such a misunderstanding, and there's an overwhelming amount of information and spiritual teachers and intuitive guides, and my gosh, okay? Let me just tell you, an enlightened person does not try to take your life savings, okay? It's fair, energy exchange, okay? So, I mean, but if you're like spending that money, try a different route, okay? I mean, there's good things out there worth it. I highly recommend understanding your birth chart, and I can definitely direct you in the way of a very credible, knowledgeable astrologer, okay? He's awesome. He knows his stuff, let me tell you. Good Lord. very knowledgeable in it. And the reason for understanding the birth chart is because the planets play such a major role in impact on us, our energies, therefore our lives. Okay, so when you understand more of, look, this energy is going to have you feeling off. These planets are going to be retrograde and you're going to be tired and exhausted. So that, then is not the time to have a major meeting that, your whole career is staked on. Probably wait until after it's, goes out of retrograde, right? So the more just knowing that is priceless. So, it's very valuable information. You can absolutely get your birth chart on, for free on Google, but to have someone explain it to you, to be able to understand it and see it in the form of your own life is really neat. I highly recommend it. So, but if you're handing your life savings over and here, fix me. Okay, first lesson, the number one most important thing, there is only one person that can fix you. And that is you, my friend. Okay? Because you can take whatever class you want and you can pay as much as you want. But what happens after that class is done? Okay, yeah, you're all pumped up because you got somebody right there yeah, you could do it. Let's do it. Yeah. But what happens when that's done? You have to rely on yourself. And any person that is enlightened is not going to charge your life savings for the knowledge, the tools that every person should be aware of. Okay, again, exchanging energy is one thing. It's a craft, so you're paying someone for their time and energy, right? But to take a master class of any sort, I'm sure I'm gonna piss some people off, but seriously, there's only one person that can fix you, you guys. And somebody that's enlightened and all spiritual is not all about that money. Think about it, really. Okay, because the whole idea is that if somebody's going to change your life, well then, if that person isn't in tune, then how are they going to change your life? Okay. So while I was setting all this up, the Sun card came flying out at me. Put it away. Came out again. So I'm taking it. It's a clear synchronicity, sign, whatever you want to call it. Okay? This is it's that feeling you get on that perfect day with the perfect temperature as the sun beams down on your face and you close your eyes and just it's a relief. It's a sigh of relief. It's good times. It's big positive changes coming. It's big positive changes coming. That's what that is. Understanding the flow of things, having that faith, trusting that there is so much more to know. I'll go ahead. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so this came right out. Sky Father, trust in the unknown. Wow. Trust in the unknown. Trust in the unknown. Because, man, if you knew every detail of everything, well, then what's the point of being around to You already know it all. Trust in the unknown. Trust that there are bigger things in the works and in play right now, and that you have prepared yourself to face it head on, no matter what it is, no matter what's coming, no matter what huge life change the planets want to bring to us all. We're ready for it. Bring it. Let's do this. Come on. Let's do this. Trust in the unknown. They got your back. That's that let's do this attitude. That confidence of, yep. When somebody's like, oh my gosh, I just saw that. Oh, I was just thinking about that. And they're like, oh, those synchronicities. And you're just like, yeah, I told you. So much love, you all. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful week coming up. And, plant your seeds this new moon. What would you like to harvest? What would you like to see the future hold in your life? Really be very clear about what you want, what you're trying to manifest. Okay? Some cards fall out. Guardian angel, you are not alone. Earth guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Lady, enjoy growth and reap the rewards. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so plant your seeds. Because you're never alone. Spirit has your back. Plant your seeds. It's manifesting time. It's new moon time. Okay, and then, stay grounded. Yeah. Don't lose your shit. So much love, y'all. Like, subscribe, share. You know the drill. And I just want to say it very clear for the beautiful soul and lady I have been talking to for over a year. Love the new name of your boot camp. I've been talking to you all week, man. Like, all you had to do was ask. But I want to let you know, Get Woke is now trademarked. Get woke, y'all. Peace.